the pitch is Luke towards shortstop. Petroselli's back. He's got it. The Red Sox win. And he's pandemonium on the field.
Welcome to the Great American Collectibles Show, brought to you each week by the National Sports Collectors Convention. Join us every Wednesday evening at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time and get the latest news from the greatest experts in the sports collectibles world. You can watch us on the Great American Collectibles Facebook page, as well as YouTube, or you can listen to us on Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, or any of your favorite podcast platforms. And now your hosts, award-winning sports collectibles author Tom Zappola and Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petroselli.
Is the show over yet?
No. He gave me the wrong introduction. It should be Rico Petroselli, the famous IT specialist with computers.
Well, first of all, welcome everyone.
Yes.
The show. Brian is here with us, one of our favorites, the Great American Collectibles Show. Louis, I think you're gonna stay on. You're gonna stay on with us, right?
It's fine, whatever you want. Yep.
Yeah, stay on with us. What the hell? But listen, I got to tell you guys.
I want Brian to repeat what he did before the show, though, because I think he's going to back out during the show. On what
no, he's not. No, he's not. But listen, I do have a couple of things I want to chat with. Last week, when Lou was on, it was a JM week, and I don't know if you know this, Brian, but JM has left us.
Yep.
John.
No, he didn't die. Wait a minute.
I know he didn't die. No, John had some opportunities. Actually, he was really kind of distraught that he was leaving us.
I thought we were friends. I show up again on the show and he just takes off. So he's got some opportunities, some writing opportunities. He writes for Barrett's, and Barrett's is owned by Sports Illustrated. So I guess he's got some good gigs coming up. He's doing a little writing for somebody else on the side. So he just does not enough hours in the day. So Rico and I went back to the well. And Louis is back with us, Lou Blasi. Everybody knows Lou was with me for 15, 16 years. And then with Rico, how long were you with us, Lou, with Rico? About 3 years? Oh, yeah.
More.
About right. Maybe a little more, 3, 4.
Yeah. So Lou's back. Lou knows there's nothing Lou doesn't know about the hobby, and that's why he's here. I got to tell you guys something. So this past Saturday, Rico and I were down in Rhode Island, down in Newport. And by the way, I'm coming off the IL. I'm sorry that I sound like crap, but that's okay.
Oh, I didn't see the difference.
We drove up. We went down to Newport, Rhode Island, and we had a nice day. It was fun, Rico, right? Thank you, Paul Borges and the great guys at PB Collectibles. We had a blast with those guys. We went out to eat at the Mooring. Have you ever eaten at the Mooring in Newport, Lou? Great restaurant.
Oh, I haven't.
Beautiful little dockside restaurant. Very nice.
Sounds kind of bougie, though, Tom. I got to tell you.
Huh?
Sounds kind of bougie.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was good. But anyway, Rico and I on the way home. Back here, I don't know how the weather was. It was atrocious on Saturday.
Yep.
We drove in a thunderstorm for the entire 2 hours. Right, about halfway through, Rico says to me, I don't think I have my phone.
Oh, no.
I said, what do you mean you don't have your phone? He says, I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. Now we're halfway home from Rhode Island in a monsoon.
Yeah.
I said, Rick, I'm not turning around. We're not turning around. I'll have to overnight it to you. He says, call me. So we press the buttons and we call him 3 times. Nothing. So we get to the 99 in Lowell.
My phone.
Where Rico left his car. Rico gets out of the car and his car is on his phone is on the seat. His ass is so big that you could not hear the phone when we called it 4 times.
It wasn't my rear end. It was the seat.
Oh,
the seat was,
huh?
It was sunk.
So you were sitting on the phone.
I was sitting on the phone. I didn't even feel it. Jeez, the crickets. Well, let's listen. Everybody makes mistakes. Well, yeah.
Could have been worse, Tom. You could have drove back.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Welcome to the Great American Collectible Show. Tom Zapp, Rico, Lou, and Brian Drent from Mile High Card Company in the house with us. Brian, before we get, I know you have a really cool auction going on right now as we speak, but I've got to get your opinion on something. And I mentioned it last week. I have a bone of contention regarding the $12.9 million card.
Yeah.
So what's to prevent me from creating a card like that? I'll invest, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 grand, get a Babe Ruth signature cut, get I would prefer a Joe Jackson, but maybe go to a Ty Cobb or a Lou Gehrig cut sig, maybe a little piece of each one of their uniforms, and put it in a slab, have a card made out of it, and sell it for 13, 14, 15 mil.
Yeah.
I mean, the point that I'm trying to make, Brian, is you may feel differently because I know you see things from a little different perspective, but this, I put this in that category of manufactured rarities that we talk about consistently. What are your thoughts on this?
My thoughts are on both sides of the fence. I understand exactly where you're coming from, but I also understand that a great deal of our industry and people within our industry are not only accepting of the manufactured rarities that we speak of, but that's the focus of what they may collect, with the understanding that in conjunction with the NBA in this case, and then Upper Deck, they've secured the logos off of the jerseys of Kobe and Jordan, and created a one-of-one collectible. And I may not have exactly the same viewpoint that the three gentlemen that bought the card had, where they think of it as modern art, but I can understand where they're coming from.
Really?
Is it easy, Brian? You mentioned something before. Can they get whoever wants to do this, do they have to get licensing through MLB and all that?
All of it with Upper Deck and then with the NBA. And so that's the difference where Tom would be, there wouldn't be licensing in the way that he's suggesting. And so maybe that plays into it. I know Kevin O'Leary, I've seen a couple videos of his on social media where he explains that, he views it as modern art. I think Shine might be the same way. And I had the good fortune of talking with him at the National in Chicago. Obviously, this was before the purchase of it, but really interesting guy, and we had a nice discussion. And you know what was interesting about him? He was at our booth, and we had the 57 football vending boxes on search vending boxes, and he was able to appreciate that and found that interesting. So it's not just manufactured rarities that he may see as being interesting.
Very, very interesting point that you're bringing up. I do have one other question, Brian. So a company like Panini, Topps, pick whoever your favorite card company is, can you pay them to have a card made? Now, I'm not talking about a modern card, because I know there are licensing things that go on there, but I'm talking a vintage card over 100 years old. Licensing, it pretty much is out the window.
Sure.
So can you pay a card company to manufacture one card for you?
I don't know the answer to that. I would kind of think that I may doubt that, but I don't really know the answer to that. I mean,
my question is, why hasn't this happened already? You would think it would have happened 10 minutes after the first card, where you have Gretzky and Brady.
Louis, you haven't seen what's been going on. I've seen at least 5 to 10 cards come out right after this, double signed. Have you seen them, Brian? They're like popping up all over the place now.
Yeah.
I guess it is what it is. I have reached out to Kevin O'Leary.
Sure.
Asked him to, I've texted him a couple of times. Actually not him, but whoever his publicist is.
Understood, sure.
And so we've extended an invitation for him to come on the show. We'll see what happens. I really would like to chat with him because, quite frankly, I'm a big Kevin O'Leary fan. I think the guy's as sharp as a tack. He's made some great investments.
He's real quick. Yeah.
He really is. And I mean, I've done pretty well in the stock market. And quite frankly, I've listened to some of the things that have come out of his mouth that I've invested in. So, I mean, I'm not a Kevin O'Leary, but I would love to see his perspective on things. All right, Brian. So you have a night. First of all, when does the auction end?
The 18th.
Okay, so that's a couple of days. I've got to ask the question, man. How did you get the one card, the one card from the Diamondbacks collection? Where the hell did that come from? I mean, if you can't divulge that.
The owner of the Diamondbacks.
I'm sorry?
It may have come from the owner of the Diamondbacks.
So what did Kenny do? Did he upgrade?
Yeah, he has a 9.
Oh, okay. So he has a 9. That's what it was. Yeah. All right. Because I was curious. Ellen and I said, I said, Brian got one. I know you're good friends with Ken.
Sure.
Said, Brian got a Diamondbacks card from Kenny. And so he did upgrade to a 9.
He has a 9.
Yeah. Tell us about that card, man. So wait a minute. Was that card when we did the book signing at the National for the book? Was this card there or did he already have a 9? I don't remember.
When was the time when you were
2023?
I would think it was in the same ballpark as that time, right around that ballpark.
Okay.
So I think he kind of, maybe 14, 16 months ago, he was able to acquire a 9, I believe, something in that realm. And don't lock me into that answer, but I think that was it. So, the Cobb. I mean, right now PSA, it's going through some times where the grading's pretty difficult, and a lot of that type of material, understandably, it doesn't exist in that kind of shape and condition. So to get a card graded like that today, maybe I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it's very, very difficult. That card will find a new home on the 18th, and we're very excited to be able to offer it. And now it kind of carries the mystique of having been in the D-backs collection.
Oh, good.
I think, honestly, somebody will pay a premium for that.
No doubt. Rick?
Hi, how you doing? Nice seeing you.
Ask a question. Feel free.
Yeah. What about, this is a little different. I'm seeing and reading all the stuff that I read about the industry.
Sure.
It's talking about modern or vintage versus modern.
Yeah.
It's become like, why? Why is this? Why aren't they both together in everyone's thinking? I mean, what does it have to do with just the prices?
I don't know. I mean, I've always looked at it from a different standpoint, and maybe I kind of look at it. Tom just recently, a couple seconds ago, mentioned the stock market. You kind of look at, vintage maybe as blue chip stocks, and modern is more of like a tech stock. So there's more volatility with modern than the vintage. Other collectible genres of coins and or comic books, they divide things into golden age and silver age, and obviously in coins there's a break point. So I think that's just become the way it is in our business as well, and I don't foresee that it's going to change. I mean, that doesn't mean that people can't collect both. I mean, obviously at some point, whether we collect vintage and or modern, we're all sports fans and we can all see greatness. And if you collect Cobb and Mantle and DiMaggio, it doesn't mean that you can't understandably, decide that you want to mix in some Michael Jordan cards or, God forbid, Tom Brady, so you understand greatness and that I'd like to have cards of Peyton Manning. I'd like to have cards of Kobe, whatever it may be. And that doesn't, in that scenario, you can collect both.
Well, Brian,
let me just finish. Which has more action, do you think?
That's a good question.
Vintage, modern.
That's a great question. I would probably say that it would have to be modern, just because the amount of material that's out there.
Yeah,
and they're printing it and producing it every day as we go forward. So,
I agree.
You know, you have to be modern.
Louis?
I always get trapped into thinking that this has to do with where the money is landing. In other words, there's nostalgia involved. So as younger people get more money in the social media age and they're getting more money quicker and earlier, their nostalgia is modern as opposed to ours, which is vintage. But there's also the element of investor versus collector at this point.
Absolutely.
Right? And there are people who are coming in just as investors. They don't care. There's no nostalgia here. It's just, can this return some money for
I totally agree with Lou in that one.
I agree with that.
But there's fewer people that can do that.
We all, as collectors, we have that innate gene that inspires us to collect, and it's mostly historically based. And so we may start out with Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout and players of that ilk, and then decide, we figure, a younger person might learn about, Mickey Mantle, and then on to Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb and things of that nature. So there's that interest in being able to attain cards from that, those periods of time. As an investor, like Lou says, you're just looking for a return.
Yeah, but
the easiest return might be inspired basically on player performance, which is an everyday thing, in modern sports.
Look at Raleigh.
I don't know why.
Look at this kid, this catcher from Lou, this kid from Seattle.
Yeah.
50 some home
runs.
But
Rico, if anybody saw it firsthand, you did with me in whatever the hell it was, Cleveland or Atlantic City, when those kids, those 15-year-olds to 25-year-olds were in the lobby of the hotel with briefcases going back and forth. And I'll tell you right now, Lou, I agree with you. I think a large percentage of them didn't give two hoots for the love of the hobby. Yeah. Now, Brian, you, not just Brian Drent, but Brian Dwyer, J.P. Cohen, Joe Orlando, you guys all had to, it was a learning curve for you because you guys are all vintage guys.
Sure.
You've been vintage guys for years. You've had, it's kind of almost been like a baptism on the fire for you guys because you guys really had to step up and learn all this stuff pretty quickly, correct?
Yeah. We either have to do that or hire people that know it better than we know it.
Right.
Which is, we've done a little bit of both, because, as business people, we can't look away from the fact that the material is worth the amount of money that it is. And so you have to learn that side of the game, and you have to learn, you have to have an understanding of even Pokemon.
Well, I was going to mention Pokemon because Pokemon, whether you love it or you hate it,
it's not going to go anywhere.
It's not going away. It's not going away. And
have you seen, Brian, an influx of investors from outside the industry? In other words, you mentioned coins, artwork, things like that. Of people looking at the collectibles as baseball cards, as Pokemon cards, as another 100%. Asset to collect.
Absolutely, there's no question about it. Yeah.
Well, it's not in the category of sports, is it?
Excuse me.
A Pokemon?
It's Pokemon.
No, it's not.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah.
But we're seeing a great influx of people that are coming from other asset-based, forms of acquisitions and coming into sports cards, and then obviously TCG as well.
People are definitely making it part of their portfolio.
And don't forget, you got what, thousands, millions of collectors listening and watching this, and what you're saying, they want to know what's going on with all these cards, the modern, and it's great. No, I'm saying
I agree. Well, listen, we have a couple of minutes left before we take a break. 52 Bowman Mays, PSA 9, Brian. Tell me about that one.
Yeah, that is a fabulous card. Wow. We were very fortunate to get that from a great consignor that we've worked with in the past. The last one that was sold, and I may not be exactly right on the date, but I think it was in 21, sold for $444,000. So that's a card. Off the top of my head, I think that it's a Pop 6. One hasn't been offered since then, and even before that, it had been quite a while. So they're in strong hands, and we expect a great result on that card.
And what about the Joe Jackson, the The
glad you mentioned that card.
E90-1.
That's one of my favorite cards.
That's a great card.
Well, I think that's a card that's poised for future growth just because it's the rookie card of Shoeless Joe Jackson. There's no question about it. Obviously he has the T210 Old Mill, but that's a minor league release. This is his first major league card. There's no question. This is his rookie card. And there's so many specifics about that card that make it difficult. And the one we're offering really extraordinary. A lot of people understand that card doesn't come focused very much. His red lips will be somewhere on his face besides his lips.
They're really all over the place.
Eyes will be all kind of not right. And this one is absolutely perfectly focused.
Oh, nice.
And tremendous color. It's graded a 5.5 by SGC. The last 5 sold in advance of $280,000. We just saw a SGC 2 sell for $80 some odd thousand. So this is going to really do an extraordinary number. And I think it's the next card out there that has the possibility of selling for $500,000 plus.
Especially the one, the one without his shoes. That's
you don't want one of the big shoes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Brian's in the house. Brian Drent from Mile High Card Company. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Brian, you're going to witness. We are now into the Elite 8 with the Great American Collectibles AI Basketball Tournament. And this week, we had a hell of a game. The results of the 2016-17 Golden State Warriors versus the 2013-14 San Antonio Spurs. Let's see who won. Hang in there, and we shall be right back.
I'm Rebecca Curry, a 2-time child cancer survivor, recipient, and advocate for Lucy's Love Bus. The mission of Lucy's Love Bus, 501c3 nonprofit, is to provide joy, comfort, and quality of life for the entire family of children with cancer. Since 2006, they have delivered love and comfort to over 3,000 children with cancer and their family members across New England. The dream of Lucy Grogan, an 11-year-old cancer patient, was to help kids with cancer who are suffering right now, before there is a cure, by offering free, integrative therapies like art, music, horseback riding, and many other activities. Unfortunately, Lucy passed away, but her dream lives on, and today Lucy's Love Bus is thriving.
I'm Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petroselli. I hope that you'll consider supporting Lucy's Love Bus and all of those children who have been stricken by cancer. The Great American Collectibles Show is partnering with Lucy's Love Bus to help these kids. Let's continue Lucy's dream. Please go to lucyslovebus.org for more information.
Since 1996, Brian Drent and the staff at Denver's Mile High Card Company have led the charge in the collectibles hobby. Mile High is a full-service dealer specializing in buying and selling cards and offers a competitive consignment program for all collectors. Whether it be their computerized want list service, appraisals, or auction services, Mile High has it all. If you've been searching for a company with a selection of high-grade vintage 1888 to 1970 baseball cards and memorabilia that shares your passion, aim high, Mile High. Go to milehighcardco.com or call 303-840-2784 for more information.
Let's go! Batter up!
Hi, everyone. This is Rico Petroselli. JustCollect.com, a leader in the vintage sports card industry, is giving free appraisals on your vintage cards. They'll evaluate your collection for free and let you know the value of it at no cost and no obligation. If you're ready to sell, JustCollect.com will offer you industry-leading prices to buy your card collection. To begin your free baseball card appraisal, visit JustCollect.com or call them at 732-828-2261. That's JustCollect.com for your free vintage card appraisals and top buy prices for your cards. Check out JustCollect.com today.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auctions, here to remind you that the renowned Memory Lane Collectibles Company has served as a beacon of light to the collecting community for the past several decades. Indeed, folks, it has been our utmost privilege and pleasure to provide the most enthusiastic collectors with an abundance of the finest sports cards and memorabilia for America's most coveted sports personalities via our world-class auctions. Whether you choose either a private sale transaction or the auction route, Memory Lane cordially invites you to reach out to us to maximize the value of your prized possessions. Also, it is not just sales that we pride ourselves on being the best of the rest, because if you are seeking a particular keepsake for your esteemed gathering, we will be relentless in our quest to find that special piece to fulfill your collecting dreams. So no time to wait. Reach out to us today for the purposes of capitalizing on our unparalleled marketing capabilities. Simply pick up the phone and dial 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE, or find us on the World Wide Web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Now is the time for your valued consignment to ultimately become another one of Memory Lane's record-setting prices.
With record-breaking sales from everything from the white border T206 Honus Wagner for $3.12 million to some great items that support the Jackie Robinson Foundation, Golden Auctions has set the highest standards for the finest in sports cards, autographs, and game-used memorabilia. We're always accepting consignments of high-end premium sports treasures or entire collections. Please register for our next auction and bid now at goldenauctions.com. That's golden with an I. We at Golden Auctions are committed to providing unsurpassed customer service for the discriminating collector. That's exactly why we're the leader in the industry. Visit goldenauctions.com or call 856-767-8550. Remember, Golden Auctions. We don't just break records, we shatter them.
How would you like to own the bat that was used by your favorite player when he hit that towering home run or game-winning base hit? Now look no further than JT Sports, specializing in the sale and authentication of professional game-used bats. As the official authenticators of professional model game-used bats for PSA DNA, JT Sports will guarantee the authenticity of any bat purchased from them. JT Sports also buys and sells game-worn uniforms, gloves, and baseball equipment. The unique quality of the collectible is what JT Sports is all about. Give them a call at 609-487-8003 or check them out at GameUseBats.com.
Okay, we are back, and Brian Drent from A Mile High Card Company is in the house. Hey, before we get into the AI tournament, I want to get your opinion on this, all of you guys. So, looks like Blowout Cards has a standing offer of $5,000 to Philly Karen for her baseball. What do you guys think of that? And what do you think of the whole story, Brian?
Oh my gosh, I can't believe she did that. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I guess I can believe it, but I don't think she had any idea the firestorm that was coming down the way for her. And I think it's hilarious that they put out a $5,000 bounty.
Blowout Cards.
I just think that's awesome.
I'm hearing rumors that our good friend Kenny Golden is beating the bushes with the little kid for the bat. That's what I'm hearing.
I'd hate to see her make any money off this.
I'm sorry, Lou?
I'd hate to see her make any money off this.
Yeah, so would I. They still haven't identified it, too. They still haven't identified it. All right. It's time for the GAX AI Sweet 16 NBA All-Time Tournament, powered by Danny Shapiro, the basketball savant, and sponsored by our good friend Paul Borges of PB Collectibles. And remember, if you have a bitch about this segment, contact Danny or Paul, not me. All right. This
second time, I was thinking during the week, should we run the music under this?
Do whatever you want, Lou. You're the producer.
Spice up the segment.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. This week, we had the 2016-17 Golden State Warriors versus the 2013 San Antonio Spurs. Two great teams. Real statistics, records 67-15 for the Warriors, 62-20 for the Spurs. Points per game, Warriors 115, Spurs 105. And here is the analysis. The 2016-17 Warriors, with the addition of Kevin Durant to their core of Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, boasted one of the most talented rosters in NBA history. They led the league in points per game and offensive rating, showcasing their potent offensive capabilities. Their defensive rating was also exceptional, ranking second in the league. This balance of high-powered offense and strong defense contributed to their league-leading best net rating of 11.6. The 2013-14 Spurs were known for their cohesive team play, strong defense, and a beautiful game style of offense under coach Greg Popovich. They also had an excellent record and won the NBA championship, famously defeating the Miami Heat in the finals. However, their scoring output and offensive rating were not as dominant as the Warriors, according to basketballreference.com. The Spurs' strength lay in their team defense and balanced scoring, with no single player dominating the scoring, but contributions from multiple players like Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and a young Kawhi Leonard really kind of leaned towards them. Superior offensive firepower, the Warriors' ability to score from multiple positions, especially with the shooting of Curry, Thompson, and Durant, would pose a significant challenge for the Spurs defense. Plus a faster pace. The Warriors played at a faster pace, which could force the Spurs out of their preference half-court defense. However, few factors in the Spurs' favor. Elite team defense. The Spurs' renowned team defense could attempt to slow down the Warriors' potent attack and disrupt their rhythm, depth, and chemistry. The 2014 Spurs were lauded for their depth and chemistry, something that the 2017 Warriors still lacked, but although they had the talent. However, ultimately, the sheer talent and offensive dynamism of the 2016-17 Golden State Warriors, particularly in a single game, would make a difference. The final score, in actually kind of a blowout, Golden State Warriors 125, San Antonio Spurs 101. What do you guys think?
I tell you, Spurrier was the difference, though. The guy,
Steve Spurrier, yeah, he was good.
Yeah, what's his name?
We were talking.
What the hell are you talking about?
You said Spurrier. There was no Spurrier. Who's Spurrier?
No, the kid for Golden State.
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry.
That's right, Steph Currier.
Yeah.
Anyway, seriously, he was unbelievable. Every time they needed a shot, I mean, this guy was, you know.
I agree. Great shooter. Brian, what do you thought?
Curry would, he changed the game the way he extended the three-point line, shoots from obviously anywhere. I don't think Tony Parker could guard him. And then, I don't know how they match up with Tim Duncan, but then you could say the same thing. Who's going to guard Durant?
Exactly.
And
Good
Durant
point.
gets his shot anytime he wants it.
Tim Duncan, probably the greatest player to ever stay under the radar. He was just a spectacular player, so dominant.
Fabulous player.
Yeah. Lou, any thoughts?
Lieutenant Robinson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was a great player, too.
I don't care about this game. Next week is the game.
Oh, yeah. Next week, by the way, Luke. Next week is the game of the century. We have the 1985-86 Boston Celtics versus the 1996-97 Chicago Bulls. Larry Bird head-to-head with Michael Jordan. It's going to be interesting.
Woo. If the Celtics lose that game, this tournament is over. I'm just telling you. We're done.
You can't. I haven't. Trust me. I haven't even looked. I haven't researched it yet. I'll do that on Tuesday.
Okay.
That's not the Bulls team that won 70 games, is it?
Which one?
The team that they're playing, the 96-97.
Yeah, that was because
that would have been 95-96.
Oh, 95-96. You're right. Yeah, this is 96. 95-96 got knocked off. Who was it? Do you remember?
82, 83,
no, who was it, Lou, that knocked him off? Do you remember?
The 82, 83, 76.
Sixers.
That's right.
Julius.
All right, let's get back to Brian. Brian, you have a 1956 complete high-grade Topps set. Tell us about that one, man. That is a keeper.
Yeah, those are sets that right now you don't seem to see offered in auctions just because they're so difficult to put together and they're not coming to market as much. But we were very fortunate to get a 56 set that was PSA 8 or better in many instances, quite a few 9s. Every star card is an 8 or better. Mantle, Aaron, Clemente, Koufax. So we decided to break it up in a fashion that we've employed before, where it's going to be offered as singles as well as the complete set, and it's going to sell to the highest aggregate bidder. So it should be fun, and it gives collectors the opportunity to acquire definitely cards that they don't see offered all the time.
Rico, that was a great year. That was a great year. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lucas.
Let me ask you, Brian, about the auction industry in general, and have you seen it? This influx of collectors' money and collecting taking a bigger piece of the pie here. How much of the auction industry is coming from in the attic and under the couch and in shoe boxes, and how much of it is coming as part of churn of this new investment? Takeover.
That's a great question. I would say more of it is stuff that's being bought within the hobby, within the market, within the business, and turned over. Especially when you're seeing marquee items. I'm not saying that stuff isn't currently being found and uncovered. We were very fortunate to uncover some 57 Topps football vending boxes, which are really extraordinary. So that stuff does happen, but in most auctions, the highlights and the marquee items are items that are being reoffered.
Well, I mean, if you really look at it, Brian, I mean, I'll ask you this question: how many lots in your how many lots in your auction?
Let's take
approximately.
1,600.
Okay, so of 1,600 lots, how many were from a recent find? Probably none, correct? Or maybe one or two?
Just a couple.
Yeah, so that's the point. Lou, I think the point is that those finds are very rare. I'm not saying they're becoming rarer, but when you look at the entire footprint of an auction, you may have one or two finds in there, and the rest of it is stuff that's almost kind of recycled. I mean, that's what I call it. I mean,
there's no question. I mean, it's a fluid market, and there's material and items always being bought and sold. And that's where the bulk of, whether it's our auction, our competitors' auctions, that's where the bulk of the items come from. And then every now and then we're very fortunate to get something that is unknown and fresh to the market.
Just a quick story again about Saturday week. I'm going to tell the story. So Rico and I are in Paul's shop. I was hanging around just grabbing a free meal, and Rico was working. And two gentlemen walked in. One guy walked in with a book with his son, and they walked up to where Rico was signing, and both of them took out their driver's licenses, right? Yeah. Put them on the table, and both of them, their last name was Petroselli.
Oh, nice.
Really?
But it gets better. They were Rico's cousins who you had never met them, Rico, right?
Nope, never.
But you started talking, and you knew his great uncle and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, I had one cousin, second cousin, but Petroselli. His name was Henry. He lived in Providence, that area, outside Providence. I think he was involved in coaching, and I'd see him when I managed and coached Pawtucket. He would come, and I'd see him more often. It was great, but no one else, I didn't know I had any more there. So, but that was a nice.
It was great because the older gentleman, you could see that he says, I've been waiting for this moment for all these years just to be able to connect. So it was really cool. I thought.
All right, I got a question. Can I have a question?
Go ahead.
All right, to Brian. The 50s cards, the Clementis, the Koufaxes, and all these guys, right? How much action do you get from them, for them, in the auctions? Sure. And were their cards manufactured much more than?
Good. That's a good question.
Well, thank you. Much more than the kind of the vintage. Well, I know the vintage wasn't those weren't manufactured, but is that why? Because to me, that's the era I grew up in, and to me, these guys are the greatest. I never saw Babe Ruth.
I think you're right.
I played against these guys.
That's the absolute golden age of our business,
Yeah.
And the hobby. Whether it's Mantle, Mays, Aaron, Clemente, Koufax,
Goes on,
Ed Williams,
K-Line, Killebrew, it just goes
Rose.
on and on.
And they definitely were produced at a greater rate than maybe the pre-war cards were. But that said, definitely not nearly to the same level as cards in the 60s may have been produced. And so we're seeing escalation in price right now. The market's very, very, very fluid, very hot. And some of the cards that we're seeing the most interest in are mid to upper higher grade cards from the 50s, of namely the players we just talked about.
Really cool. Yeah. Hey, I got a quick question, Brian. You're going to be at the Philly show?
I'm going to be at the Philly show. I actually just changed my flight yesterday. Our auction ends the 18th, which is Thursday. Usually that's a travel day. I'm going to be here for the auction and then get on a really early morning flight, and I'll be at the show just a little bit later on Friday.
Rico, why don't you tell our viewers and listeners about the Philly show?
I don't have the copy. That's why.
Do you?
You
really
never sent it. No, you never sent it, and I'll
Lou,
show
do you
the
have
email.
it?
I have it.
Yeah. Okay. So, I've got a question for you, Rico. How can Lou have it and you not have it? Let's analyze that.
Because you don't think of me after the show.
I send
you say,
them at
who
the
the hell's
same.
Mr. Selly? I never heard of him.
I hit click at the same time.
No. Lou, Selby, he's done this before. Plus the spelling is ridiculous. I mean, he can't spell. There's a college graduate.
Hold on. Wait, do you not have the Finkelmeyer live
Yeah, I got
either?
the Finkelmeyer. I can't read that though because.
Well, let me tell you something.
No, all right.
I guarantee you have the Philly read, but it doesn't say Philly read. It says live read script.
Nope. No, I'm going to it. Go ahead, Lou.
Go ahead, Louis. Let's hear about the Philly show.
East Coast Sports Marketing presents.
Hold on. Aren't you glad that Lou's on with us today?
Thank God.
Go ahead, Louis.
East Coast Sports Marketing presents the Philadelphia Sports Collector Show, also known as the Philly Show. It's presented in partnership with eBay. Join us Friday, September 19th through Sunday, September 21st at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center, Hall A, 100 Station Avenue. That's in Oaks, Pennsylvania. Inside, you'll find over 300 dealer booths, plus an additional 75 TCG and Pokemon tables, covering more than 130,000 square feet of collectibles heaven. Cards from the 1800s to today, signed memorabilia, Pokemon, Funko, merchandise, and more. Major auction houses and grading and authentication companies on site. It's family friendly. Kids 10 and under get in free. Autographed guests include Philly favorites Fletcher Cox, John Kruk, Von Hayes, Terry Mulholland, and Garrett Stubbs. Plus, Garrett Stubbs.
Good.
Yeah.
What do you want from me?
Okay.
Joe Drellick brought him in, not me.
Plus, Hall of Famers Reggie Jackson, Wade Boggs, Andre Dawson, Antonio LaRusso, World Series champion Steve Garvey and Bill Madlock, college football legends Rudy Rudiger and Ricky Williams, and cast members from the Sandlot and the Mighty Ducks movie franchises. Come celebrate 50 years of the Philly Show, where it all started. For more information, visit phillyshow.com.
All right, we're going to take a
break. Wait a sec. Can you see this? Can you see this?
No, I can't.
No, yes, you can. Look at those. That's what you send me. Can you see? I'll go slowly.
I can't see.
Yeah, okay. There's no Philly show in it.
Is there anything that says live read script?
No. On deck, the Gags AI suite.
Honestly, I had it printed out from a couple weeks ago, so I got to check the email to see whether he actually.
Oh, maybe I did screw up. Very, very highly unlikely. All right, listen, we're going to take a quick break. Right. When we come back, we're going to have an on deck with Rico, we're going to talk a little bit more about Brian's auction. And Rico is going to read the Finkelmeyer Live Read Insurance Company.
The book.
No. Hang in there. We'll be right back.
I'm I'm Rebecca Curry, a two-time child cancer survivor, recipient, and advocate for Lucy's Love Bus. The mission of Lucy's Love Bus, 501c3 nonprofit, is to provide joy, comfort, and quality of life for the entire family of children with cancer. Since 2006, they have delivered love and comfort to over 3,000 children with cancer and their family members across New England. The dream of Lucy Grogan, an 11-year-old cancer patient, was to help kids with cancer who are suffering right now, before there is a cure, by offering free, integrative therapies like art, music, horseback riding, and many other activities. Unfortunately, Lucy passed away, but her dream lives on, and today Lucy's Love Bus is thriving.
I'm Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petroselli. I hope that you'll consider supporting Lucy's Love Bus and all of those children who have been stricken by cancer. The Great American Collectibles Show is partnering with Lucy's Love Bus to help these kids. Let's continue Lucy's dream. Please go to lucyslovebus.org for more information.
This is Brian Drent, president of Mile High Card Company. Is your sports card and memorabilia collection properly insured? For easily replaced personal property, homeowners insurance is all most people need. But for prized possessions that you may have spent a lifetime collecting, it doesn't go nearly far enough. Collectibles Insurance Services has been insuring for over 50 years. They offer a full range of protection and a $0 deductible at an affordable rate with no appraisals required. I know because they insure my collection. If you have a minute, go to collectinsure.com and learn more about insuring your personal card or memorabilia collection.
Pristine Auction is a family-owned and operated online auction specializing in autographed memorabilia, sports cards, coins, art, and collectibles. Since their founding in 2010, they've grown to 2 facilities in Phoenix, Arizona, totaling over 60,000 square feet. Jared Cavalier and an incredible staff of over 150 team members serve a very large customer base and enjoy every minute of it. By working with leading authentication companies, Pristine ensures all items are 100% authentic. In addition, third-party authenticators regularly travel to Pristine Auction to provide authentication services on site. Pristine Auction strives to operate its business in a way that's honoring to God, their families, and their customers. With a strong focus on speed, quality, and premier customer service, their mission is to be the leading online auction for every level of collector and fan. Pristine also works for Hope Sports and Identity Hoops International, traveling to Mexico to build houses for the less fortunate. Pristine Auction offers several online auction formats with thousands of auctions ending each day. For more information, go to pristineauction.com. That's Pristine Auction, the best in the business.
If you're a discerning collector interested in owning the most important pieces in the hobby, look no further than Leland's Auctions. The original sports auction and appraisal house, Leland's was established in 1985 by legendary Pioneer founder Joshua Leland Evans. And today, President Mike Hefner carries on their tradition. From the Tom Brady card and memorabilia collection to the famed Boston Garden Auction to high-end card auctions from every major sport, Leland's has always maintained the highest standards. Go to Lelands.com and get your bid in. That's Leland's, the hobby's leading sports auction house for 4 decades.
It's often been said that championships are won on the practice field, and world records come only to those willing to work harder than everybody else. Heritage Auctions is the world's largest collectibles auctioneer because we believe that becoming the best is only an invitation to the challenge of remaining the best. This requires the skills of the hobby's top experts, capable of identifying and maximizing value for our consigners. It requires the most visited website in the industry, courting a global audience of collectors over 1.5 million strong. It requires a dedicated press department that expands our global reach far beyond the entrenched hobby marketplace. It's hard work, but a simple premise. Present the finest collectibles to the largest population of potential buyers, and world records will come. We invite all listeners to put the unmatched power of Heritage Auctions to work for you. Auction evaluations are always free, and our commission-based fee structure ensures that our interests are always aligned. The highest possible price for your collectibles. There will always be new world records to chase, so let's chase them together. Visit our website at ha.com and request your no-obligation review today.
Hi, this is Dan from Memory Lane Auctions, here to remind you that the renowned Memory Lane Collectibles Company has served as a beacon of light to the collecting community for the past several decades. Indeed, folks, it has been our utmost privilege and pleasure to provide the most enthusiastic collectors with an abundance of the finest sports cards and memorabilia for America's most coveted sports personalities via our world-class auctions. Whether you choose either a private sale transaction or the auction route, Memory Lane cordially invites you to reach out to us to maximize the value of your prized possessions. Also, it is not just sales that we pride ourselves on being the best of the rest, because if you are seeking a particular keepsake for your esteemed gathering, we will be relentless in our quest to find that special piece to fulfill your collecting dreams. So no time to wait. Reach out to us today for the purposes of capitalizing on our unparalleled marketing capabilities. Simply pick up the phone and dial 877-606-5263. That's 877-606-LANE, or find us on the World Wide Web at www.memorylaneinc.com. Now is the time for your valued consignment to ultimately become another one of Memory Lane's record-setting prices.
Hey, I'm Mike Petroselli. If your company is looking for the best in marketing and promotional items, you'll hit a home run with Petroselli Marketing. With over 8,000 suppliers and 650,000 imprint-ready items, we can get your company the visibility it needs to get your maximum exposure. Whether it be office promotions, wearables, automotive, sports items, and everything in between, Petroselli Marketing can do it all. Our design staff will even work with you from concept to delivery and customize your products. At Petroselli Marketing Group, we will get your brand in front of your audience. Contact us at info@petrosellimkt.com or call us at 603-880-3202. That's Petroselli Marketing, where no dream is impossible.
Okay, we are back.
Yes, we're back.
Go ahead, Rico. Why can't we hear Rico?
You can hear Rico.
I can't hear him.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not. He's not muted, so that's on his end.
Of course, he touched something. Of course, he did. Don't you love this, Brian?
Yeah, unplug the mic.
You can't write this.
Just out of curiosity, so you unplugged something, Rico. You must have unplugged something.
Switch to the internal mic if you want.
I mean, yeah.
Can he still hear us?
Yeah, he can. Yeah. So go to the external. He won't be able to figure that out. So Rico, just do me a favor. Nod your head. Just nod your head. Yeah. Louis, do you have the Finkelmeyer live read?
I do.
Yeah. Why don't you read tell us about the Finkelmeyer? Rico, there's no sense in you moving your lips.
I may not have the. Okay, I do have the up-to-date one.
Yes, you do.
All right. Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency has been insuring collectibles since the early 80s. The late Tom Finkelmeyer wrote the original sports memorabilia insurance policy when no one else in the industry was insuring sports collectibles. A lifelong collector of sports cards, Tom Sr. instilled the love of collecting in Tom Jr., the current president of Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency. Tom Finkelmeyer Jr., with 3 decades of insurance experience, has paired that expertise with 50 years of collecting, and with a litany of professional designations, including counseling and risk management. Tom covers every aspect of your collectibles insurance needs. Unlike some companies that sell, air quotes here, collectibles insurance directly to the consumer online, Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency is the only independent retail agent who specializes in sports memorabilia and collectibles nationwide. Representing all major companies that sell collectibles insurance, there's no agent that insures more collectors, dealers, appraisers, auctioneers, or events in the collectibles hobby than Finkelmeyer Insurance. Our good friend and hobby legend, John Tobby of JT Sports, has been using Finkelmeyer Insurance for over 20 years. For more information, go to thefia.com. That's THEFIA.com. That's Finkelmeyer Insurance, where collecting is our passion.
I want to ask you, Brian, you've got a 29 Babe Ruth signed ball that looks magnificent. Tell us a little bit about that.
Which, the 20?
I think it was, I don't have the lot number.
Hang on, I'm going to look myself. Sometimes even I need to be reminded.
It's either his, I guess it's his 500.
Okay, yeah. That ball was actually attributed to a home run, and I believe it's either
515 or 16,
515th or 516th home run. And the reason we don't know exactly which one, it was hit in a doubleheader, so we're not sure which home run it was attributed to. But those kind of balls don't come up very much. This has been, in the family for a long, long time. It's got a PSA letter and a Beckett letter as well. So a great opportunity to get an item that obviously came, right off the bat of Babe Ruth.
Let me ask you, Brian, you got a scratch ticket and you win anything in this auction. You can't resell it, just for your collection. What would you take?
Sheesh. I'd probably take the. Can I give you two?
Oh, sure.
I would have gone with either the E90-1 Joe Jackson rookie that we talked about earlier, or Tom brought up the 52 Bowman Mays. Those would probably be my first two picks. And if I had a third one, I mean, that 57 second series unsearched football vending box is just insane because of the rookie cards that are possible with Horning, Bart Starr, and Unitas, Raymond Berry. So, I mean, something like that has never been found, and those would be the picks.
That D-backs card would be right at the top of my list.
Yeah, that's a good one too. I mean, obviously he only gave me a couple. He gave me one pick. I took three.
One, yeah.
I know. Listen, Brian, let's talk about tariffs. Are you seeing anything in the way of tariffs affecting?
We really haven't. I haven't seen it impact our business. Obviously, it may impact modern and things of that nature. Supplies definitely, but the way our business is, I don't see it. But that's not to say that others within the industry, may see it for sure.
What about the economy in general? The economy is like all over the place these days.
Yeah.
What are you seeing in the hobby relative to the economy?
Yeah, I think the economy, like you said, it can be up and down. The stock market is, all over the place. But, people in the hobby, especially our customers, seem to be, fairly well off financially in many situations. So we're seeing an influx of interest, an influx of people that are buying in the hobby, and quite honestly spending more money than any time since, I guess, COVID.
And in a volatile market, investors kind of look towards this type of investment.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, the thing about our industry and our business is when financial times are great, our market is strong. When financial times are weak, our market is still strong because people, just like Lou just said, look for alternative investments.
By the way, for our viewers, the gentleman in the top right box, that's Red Sox Hall of Famer Rico Petrocelli. And Rico has a little laryngitis, so he's just kind of watching the show this year. Rico, can you speak? See, he can't speak, so it must be something in the throat. That's okay. God, why me? But anyway, Brian, I lost my train of thought, and it was a good question too. I know. Card shows.
Sure.
The National is the hub of the card shows across the country.
No question about it.
However, there are gigantic card shows popping up now all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, do you attend any of those really big ones? I know there's one. I think there's supposed to be one in sometime in the fall here in Massachusetts, Dallas. Do you ever go to those really big ones?
Yeah, we go. We're down in Dallas. Sometimes we don't set up there. I'll go down and walk the float show, buy some stuff, take some consignments. Obviously, we've for years and years have gone to Chicago, for Philly. Boston. In fact, I won't see you in Boston this year. We'll be there as a company, but my oldest daughter's getting married that weekend.
You know what's funny? Ellen and I are going to be there literally for about a half hour because we're going away that weekend.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're still going to drop off the sandwiches, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Rico, should I drop the sandwiches off?
You can hear me now, can't you?
Now, why is that, Rico?
Because I just checked into the thing that you told me to hit before. Remember when we first came on? I hit that one and then it went off. You know what I think? You did that.
Oh, definitely.
You
it went off 40 minutes later, but yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. You're right.
Brian, let me ask you about this. The Dallas show kind of sparked something for me because I'm watching America's Team on Netflix, and these sports documentaries are so good.
Yeah, I watched that one. That's great.
And when you go down to Dallas and you've had a run on Netflix with a documentary like America's Team, do they look for? Should you get Aikman and just sign a bunch of stuff and go down? Is it hot? Does it get hotter, and does the value peak a little bit because of these documentaries?
I don't know. I mean, obviously, a guy like Aikman or Emmett, they've signed so much material, and there's so much out there that I guess, sure, this might inspire some new collectors, and there's definitely new people coming into the hobby all the time. So I think you'd be fine, but to what degree it would be, I'm not sure.
I remember when we had the comeback up here, the 2014, the 2003 team, the 2004 team, that really sparked me going back to the 2004 team and created a lot of love for it again because that was a great time. We forgot it in the big championship run, but that was a great team. And so it got me excited about those players again, Kevin Millar.
Brian, we have a couple of minutes left. Let's talk about unopened packs. Are you getting into unopened packs big time in this auction?
We've always been into unopened. I think we've brought on the auction side of things probably as much unopened to the market as anybody, and we continue to. It's a great segment of the market, diehard collector base, and keep obviously. Some of the vintage stuff always seems to get opened, and because of that, there's less and less available. So it's a tremendous part of the market.
So Lou, if you have an unopened pack, 1952 tops, unopened,
Before
in a slab, in a slab.
Yep.
What do? Do you roll the dice or do you not roll the dice and keep it?
I sell it. I sell it unopened.
You would sell it unopened.
I'd sell it unopened. Yeah,
I agree. All right, listen, we have a few minutes left, Rick. Now that you're back in the fold, it's time for our segment On Deck with Rico, brought to us by our good friend Brian Dwyer and the great staff at REA Auctions. Don't forget to get your bid in by going to collectrea.com. That's Robert Edward Auctions for extraordinary results and extraordinary service. This one's going to kill me. This was submitted by Jim Bozzi, Rico. You ready for this question?
Yeah, it's terrible.
What is your favorite Topps card of you?
Hey, Jim, come on.
Which one? What's your favorite?
None. They all stink. I told you about the guy in New York, the photographer, when my era. Yeah, we used to goose him, and he pissed off. He jumped like a 5 feet up in the air. I don't mean, his leg and stuff like that. And he get pissed off, and he'd take pictures of us when we were talking or, going like this and the worst pictures. So
I mean, there are a couple of you.
One with my mouth open like that catching flies. I don't know. Come on.
There's not one?
Maybe one with the bat.
That's a good picture.
That's a nice one. All right, I'll go with that.
You have one?
Yeah, from I bought this in the 1980s before I ever met Rico. Before we did any of this, in Dover, New Hampshire, in a card shop, I bought a Topps '68 World Series card of Game 6, where Rico had hit 2 home runs in Game 6, and it was signed by Rico, and I still have it.
Wow, that's the catcher, right? With the catcher on it.
Yep. Yeah, the center field camera shot. Yeah.
Tim. That was Tim.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, Brian. So when does the auction end?
It ends Thursday the 18th.
Thursday the 18th. Get your bid in. What time's the auction end, Brian?
We end at 9 o'clock Eastern, and we go to extended bidding at that time. Or excuse me, I'm sorry, 11 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Mountain. I get confused, but it's 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Now, Brian, one last thing. My condolences. A bunch of Colorado Rockies. They genuinely suck. I've got to be honest with you.
I haven't been to a game in 2.5 years, 3 years.
Really?
I can't support that kind of product.
What the hell happened to that franchise?
I don't know. You know what it is? Our ownership, unfortunately, or however you look at it, their business is baseball. And I think in today's sports, owners, if you're looking to turn a profit from the turnstile, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but that can't be your only business. And most of the owners are making a great deal of profit on the appreciation of the franchise, not the turnstile every day. And that's not the way the Rockies run it. Yeah. And in my opinion, they run the team the wrong way. Obviously, they don't draft enough pitching. We have a situation here unlike any other in Major League Baseball, and we should move our AAA team to the metro area instead of Albuquerque. And employ a 6-man rotation and just shuttle pitchers between the minor leagues and the major leagues.
Wow. Lou is the only person, I believe, in the state of Massachusetts that hates Fenway Park. Only person.
I don't hate Fenway Park.
Well, I mean, you don't love it. Let's be honest.
Hey, listen, if someone wants to cut me a check, I'll go to Fenway Park. They're handing me free tickets, I'll go to Fenway Park. If I'm paying for parking and paying for the tickets and sitting in those seats in the grandstand on the right field line, no, I don't love Fenway Park.
All right. With that being said, we're just about out of time. Brian, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, guys.
Brian, you're one of the ones that you've been with us since day one, pretty much since day one. And we love having you, Rico. I'm glad you got all your IT stuff out of the way and fixed. It was
well. Listen, if anybody wants to give me a call if they need help, let me know.
Petroselli IT.
Yeah.
Petroselli IT.
All right, Louis. Thanks for jumping in.
Thanks,
we
Lou.
love you guys, and to our viewers and listeners, have a great week and happy collecting. Thank you, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.